Hey everybody. I just wanted to do a quick little highlight on something people might be sleeping on, and that's this game No Man's Sky. This game's been out for about, I think they said it's coming up on the ninth anniversary, so 9 years. This game's been out a long time, and it's been a long journey. So that's why I feel like some people might not know much about it or anything about it. It had an absolutely horrible release. The launch date of this game was a really bad day for a lot of people, but they have absolutely turned this game around. They turned the entire thing around and made people like me a really, really, really big fan. So I think it's a big thing when game companies do the right thing and they treat us right. It's important for us to highlight that and try to give back to them. So I wanted to highlight this right now. No Man's Sky is available on Steam. It's on sale, only 24 bucks. $24, and I really want to point out that this game has no DLCs. Zero after 9 years, which is really why I want to point this out. This game has been out for 9 years and there's not one single money grab. Not a single one. I think there is some stuff you can buy in game, maybe some cosmetic stuff, but it's very minor. I completely skipped over anything. Actually, I don't think there is any cash. I don't think there's any cash grabs of any kind. So this is a AAA game. It's typically 60 bucks. It's a big, big sale right now, and I think it's worth it. No Man's Sky. How do I get back to the? There we go. So they just released another major update. You see these major updates, major updates, major updates. They have not released DLCs. They have released major, not minor, not little bug tweaks. They have released huge expansions to the game over 9 years with not one single additional price tag for us to buy. Because of that alone, I am a massive, massive fan of Hello Games and No Man's Sky. So I wanted to go over this real quick. They just released Worlds Part 2, which is basically a full revamp of the whole game. New stars, new planets, new story, new gas giants, water worlds. There's more creatures. There's forests. There's trees on frozen planets. There's better lighting in the game. There's new water generation on the surface. There's insane, like they added so many big water planets that there's now basically Subnautica in this world. We've got universe goes big. We got a whole entire new warp drive to get. So there's a whole new section of endgame to explore. Sorry, my dog's making noise over there. There you go, Sam Cam. So there's a whole entire new section of endgame stuff to do for people that want to return and people like me who have. I'm just coming back into it. I remember there was a blue class, solar systems blue class, or maybe it was orange. I can't remember if it was orange and then blue, or there was a tier system. So there's a whole entire new section for endgame players to do. This Deep Oceans, I'm going to watch this trailer. This guy does a really, really good job explaining.
Last year, we
Yeah,
released Worlds Part 1, and it was just the beginning. We can't wait to show people what we've been working on. New solar systems, new planets.
A lot of underwater stuff, which I'm kind of scared of, to be honest, but it's cool that they added all that in.
New adventures. No Man's Sky is a game that we all truly love.
Floating islands. One of my favorite things
ever. Our
next
update is called Worlds Part 2. Across the universe, we're adding billions of new solar systems and trillions of new planets. It allows us to push the boundaries of our engine with new technology.
Look at this.
Introducing new biomes and terrains without changing what people already love about the game.
Wow.
It's now so far beyond what we ever thought was possible when we started out.
Really. Really. Way beyond what anybody thought.
I've been working on a new terrain system for a little while now. Terrain is more detailed, far more varied, with huge mountains and these massive features.
I can't believe where video games are now.
Genuinely at my happiest working on this stuff. The team is... we're extremely busy on Light No Fire.
Yes, please. That game looks pretty cool.
Each time we push our engine to new places, though, we have this urge to share it with the community, with No Man's Sky. Gas giants are truly epic.
Yeah.
10 times bigger than our biggest planet.
The storms are so
It's
impactful.
truly sort of endgame stuff to explore them with huge storms that rage across the surface.
Can you, I gotta go back. Can you, I didn't catch that. Can you fly?
Bigger than our biggest planet. It's
Is this guy
truly
flying?
sort of endgame.
That's not underwater. That look, he said gas giants, and then there's this. And I don't see a jetpack going.
Stuff to explore them with.
Can you
huge
just like
storms that
float through
rage
gas
across the
giants?
surface. New tech.
How do you call
allows
your
oceans that
I wonder how you call your ship. Where do you land? How do you get your ship back if you're just like floating around the continent and then you're like miles away?
can be several kilometers deep. A new lighting system makes them look so different with new caustics, light shafts,
Yeah.
and the deeper that you explore, the darker it gets.
All the wavering off the water surface. Yeah, see, I will not be diving that deep. Maybe I will, like probably one time, but I have thalassophobia and I couldn't play Subnautica, so I really doubt I'll be doing some of this stuff. Just watch where they go with the water world stuff.
I've had these moments where you're exploring and suddenly some huge creature comes into view, and it's just incredible.
Nope.
Every element of our lighting has been rewritten. Shadows show more details, light flickers through the leaves. Caves they're dark and immersive. Oceans now reflect
God, the graphics look
clouds
insane
and
now.
stars to create these beautiful sunsets and night skies. Water reacts physically to the world around it. Creatures wade through it. There's little dipples in the rain. There's large waves as ships fly overhead. Sometimes there's these moments where a ship just flies past the still ocean and water ripples underneath, and it's just so peaceful to watch.
Water worlds.
In the depths of the ocean and on land, there's these new creatures to discover. I think we've gone probably weirder than ever before. When you land on a planet, all the tech, it combines to create an emotion. That feeling of knowing that no one has ever been on this world before. I think it's what makes this game really special. There's tons of new gameplay too. There's this huge quest that ties together some strands that we've been building for years. We've got an expedition that takes you on a tour of all the new worlds we're building.
Jesus.
And it's got some incredible rewards. This is the 9th year since release, and I think we're probably doing things the community never thought would happen.
Not even close.
I honestly can't wait for people to play.
Yeah. You are missing out. So yeah, there it is. This update is so in depth. Like if just look at the bar on this right, the scroll bar on the right. I'll try to scroll through this quick because this is insane how much stuff. He covered most of it. There's a lot of stuff about Water Worlds. There's a couple things I'm really excited about. The Water Worlds, I definitely will try that out. I didn't do any of the fishing stuff before. Watching that trailer makes me want to, it's like mental drool, really. It's just like visual drooling. When I played No Man's Sky before, I have about 137 hours on my main game that I played over a year ago. I was playing on an NVIDIA GTX 980, a 980. That video card I had for like 8 years. I milked it until it was, I mean, it still works. It still works. It still works exactly the way it, well, it's probably a little slower than it should be, but a 980, nothing. Now I have it's only a 4070. I'd like to get a 4090 or maybe one of the 50 cards, but the game No Man's Sky looks entirely different now. I mean, all of those screenshots, they just look mind-blowing to me compared to what I used to do. Compared to what I used to have screenshots. I mean, I don't even think I was running 2K before. So we got deep oceans. We got gas giants. Ooh, that looks like the Millennium Falcon. I want that. We got new worlds, inventory sorting, big gas giants. I'm really curious about that. So they have atmospheric pressure. He said 10 times larger than the biggest planets. They have tremendous gravity, volatile atmospheres, and a collection of moons. Stellar multitudes. Oh, that's the new story. So again, no DLCs. They don't charge us a single dime, and after 9 years, they're still expanding on the main story. That's just mind-blowing to me. Another touch on the launch of the game. People were really, really pissed. It didn't have features. It didn't have a this and that people wanted. And like he said, they have gone way beyond what people expected the game to be like. I mean, it's like they promised us a game that was really, really big. They gave us about 80%, 70% of what they promised. So people were pissed. Then instead of giving us 100% of the game, giving us what they promised, they gave us 200% and 300%. And now I'd call it 400%. I mean, hey, they have just over delivered again and again and again. Deepwater Guardian, defeat this vengeful creature, get a unique child of Aquarius. Fishing milestones, dense jungles, like I was saying, more screenshot porn. Or corn, I guess I should say. More screenshots, just screenshots, so you can just sit there and sift through all day long. I suggest you go look through this. There's a lot of visuals. There's a bunch of they had that underwater drone, environmental hazards, volcanic eruptions. Yes, please. This is one of the things I'm excited for is all the storms. The atmospheric feeling of going through No Man's Sky is crazy. The sound effects, the feeling, vibration of your controllers, stuff like that just bursts out of the ground. Abandoned mode, you can turn off every single NPC and play just by gathering stuff. There's seahorses, there's manta rays, there's giant nautilids, giant squids in the ocean, new water. Like he said, all that stuff. There's these little beep boop glowing dudes. Make some probably like desolate moons, probably have some activity. Deep, deep, deep oceans. Colossal creatures. Rich mineral seams, ultra deep waters. Like you said, they played with the height map of the game, so the mountains are really, really tall. I went on one planet and I looked down into the planet and there was it was almost like the whole planet was Swiss cheese. There was these gigantic, and I mean absolutely enormous giant craters that went into the core of the planet, like really deep. It was creepy. I literally just was like, nope, I don't want to be here. Smoother modding experience. Frozen diversity. So there's plants. There's stuff going on frozen planets. It's not just rock and snow, rock and snow. There's a big giant. There's a couple of new rigs. I think this one has a big giant 3-slot mineral processing rig. I never did a lot of like, I'm gonna get a craft and go along the ground and do some mineral mining. Maybe that's a certain tactic. The cool thing about space games is they make it available to anybody, any type of gameplay that you want. You can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Giant squids. I don't know if they're mean or not. Now, the thing about underwater in No Man's Sky is I typically go in completely brazen because I just believe that there's nothing in the game that will attack you. Sometimes there's like a lot of creatures that come swim right up to you, and it's creepy to me, but I don't think they made the game to be something you need to like survive. So when there's stuff like this in the water, I'm pretty sure it's not the end of the world. I guess I'll have to just dive in and see. This is crazy. Water worlds where there's just like, look at that shot. That is just one of the coolest. I kind of want my desktop to be that. That is such a cool shot right there. That's just visually drooling. Feed the universe. They got manta rays and towering waves. If you like ocean stuff, this is the time to get into No Man's Sky specifically. They did so much to the water. Raindrops, waves. He said the engines move the water when they fly over. This is crazy, dude. This game has just gone so far. They've taken it so far. Enhanced seas, deep seas. Titan expedition. Okay, so yeah, coming up soon is another expedition. So there's going to be a new. I don't know how they do like their seasons. But like, look at this. Look at this slider. I'm not even halfway. I'm not even halfway through it. You're gonna have to finish this on your own. I'm about to call it and just say, "Come on, check this out. Get No Man's Sky. Look at the lighting over here. Look at this. The ship. As I go over it, gets darker, less detail. It almost looks a little cartoony as I reveal the lighting. But I like having things bright so that I can see things clearly. I don't like it when everything is shadow, shadow, shadow. Look at the character. Look at the guy here. It's much clearer. His back, the neck on the helmet, the shadow under the arm, the back of the arm. You can't see anything. Look at this hill. It's just black. You can't see the grass. Look at the grass right here underneath the word before. You can't see anything. Shoom, there's grass. Floating Nautilon platform, so you can go see the giant squids without killing yourself. See, like I said, it's No Man's Sky, or I'm sorry, Subnautica. They basically put Subnautica in No Man's Sky. Deep sea atmospherics. There's like, yeah, wreckage. There's now wreckage underneath the ground. I'm getting really terrible frame rate. Yeah, you're gonna have to look this up yourself. There's so much. You can put your ships in cold storage, so now the people like your old files, you can keep on getting new ships, spore-filled worlds. Lots of gas, lots of volcanoes, interior lighting overhaul. There's new stuff in caves. There's so much stuff. They just took the game and just added more. Expand everything. Faster loading times, optimized inventory. The little hermit crab dudes. What is going on with my internet? There you go. Oh, come on, load the world. There you go. Little hermit crabs. I'm definitely going to have to take advantage because there's so much underwater shit. I love floating islands. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And since the game's all randomized, you'll see them in every different type of air environment. So you know where we're going to build a home base. Home base on the floating islands. Look at the water worlds. Look at the waves. Wait, you can take your ship underwater? The surface is one endless ocean. The home to the deepest of water, stretching miles beneath the surface. No, no. I'll stay up here with the manta rays and the prawns as long as I can see the surface of the water. I'm good. I'm not going any deeper than that. Bizarre life forms. Now you can ride on floating spore things. Okay, that's kind of goofy, but okay. Richer shadows. Better lighting and richer shadows. This is like the opposite of what the other one did. Okay, wait a minute. How can you have richer shadows? There's a shadow here, and we're taking it away. But the shadow here, we're adding. So there was no shadow on the right. This is before. No shadow. And we're putting shadows in there. Nothing changes in the middle here. I'm looking at the floor specifically, right by the planter. And then the floor over here in the corner, it gets unshadowed. I don't see any changes on the top. Okay. Oh, that's kind of weird to me, but all right. Constructible ruins, multi-tool archiving, arid wastelands. It's just a little bit of everything. Bio loot. Look at this. Look at they just like hit on everything. Little bit of everything. New tools, new ships, new quest, nutrient ingester. Allows players input large amounts of edible items. Powerful, long-lasting benefits. Providing powerful, long-lasting benefits. Ending nutrition crystal jelly. I don't know what that does. Customizable fishing rigs. Yeah, I didn't do any of the fishing, so that's all new. You can get a unique staff. I don't know what that does. It just is cool. Makes you look cool as an explorer. Exocraft flamethrowers and hostile flora. As whatever you want to do, whatever your bag is, there's a little something something. They've got pretty fish, little fish, hermit crabs, manta rays, the oceans. Holy crap. I've never messed with these big mechs. I don't know what that's all about. I think that's actually from an older expansion, but it's definitely newer to me because I haven't played in a year. Significant number of UI and quality of life enhancements, like sorting your inventory. That's kind of a big one. It's kind of weird that that took so long. Variable refresh rate, Titanic planets. Find the colossal worlds in the purple class star system. So again, there's a whole new end game. A whole new end game that people like me have never played. Terrestrial planets, never before seen scale, dominate their local area with warp the gravity on each of the mini moons. Titanic planets warp the gravity around everything. Ooh boy. Oh boy. There's new living ships. Again, new to me. Some of this is not new right here. Titan Stripe ship customization. Deep water quality of life. Dramatic reentry. Some of these things I think were in the game. Actually, this update came out 5 days ago, so I might have gotten the update and not even noticed, but this reentry was in the game when I just played like a couple days ago. Someone must have played after this came out. Sun-soaked variety. Localized anomalies. What the hell? This right here is one of my favorite parts of the game. The intense storms. When you go to a planet that is dangerous, you have to go through stuff like this. Oh my god. That looks so crazy. Look at that. Wraith Starship. So yeah, there's new living ships, and this I think is something they just added for a anniversary event or collaboration event. Survey new worlds in the Titan expedition. Claim the Wraith. This is coming out. This one is not out yet. That's right. This is the new ship coming out with the 19th. I guess you'd call it a season. Oh my lordy. So yeah, then there's the actual cliff notes or patch notes. Swimming and buoyancy, deep water gameplay, lighting, missions, planetary variety, quality of life, UI. Look at all of this. This is not bug fixes. This is not tweaking one character to another stat. This is a full revamp of the entire game. Optimizing, rendering, UI, the updated modding, creatures, buildings, starships. Oh, and bug fixes. Yeah, because they have, yeah, you have to have some fixes, obviously. But just look at the size of these patch notes. Look at this. This is the actual patch notes right here. 5.5 patch notes. Scroll, 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 scroll. Done. Yeah, you guys are sleeping on No Man's Sky. I highly, highly, highly recommend checking it out for $24. $24. No DLCs, no season pass, no BS. You get all of this, and it doesn't seem like they're going to stop. It seems like they're going to keep on putting out some more stuff. So I think you should go get No Man's Sky like now. See you later.